Hi guys, Olga is here with you. I decided to make another Christmas present for you. Cheers to that. We're gonna talk about Vaastu. We have Mandy today as our guest. Just to join here. She is. She's connecting. Mandy has 4 kids. 4 kids. Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't see you.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. It was off the camera.
So I just introduced myself. Well, I said we're gonna have Mandy with us today because we guys, we tried to do this video like a month ago about Vastu, and then it was Eclipse Corridor, so the sound didn't record because the weather is went down, now was the microphone. So Mandy, by the way, she did the Vastu consultation with me, and she did lots of corrections on her home, right?
Yes, I did. Yes, I've seen a lot of improvements.
So what is Vastu for you?
For me, I've like the I'm trying, I don't know. The energy, like like the home's energy, like how your home is, like the energy in your home and like the way it flows, and you remind, like when we were talking about it, we were talking about like a body, and like in the center of the home is like the heart, and the blood has to flow. So when something is blocked, in like say the northwest or whatnot, we have to unblock it to have the energy flow, and so the negative energy can go out and the positive can come in. And we're not trapping bad energy in our house.
Yep. That's correct. That's correct, because I want to hear it. Like, how would you explain it from your point of view?
Okay.
Lots of people, they know what is astrology, right? Not so many what is Vedic Jyotish astrology. There are already some questions there and about zodiac signs changing and stuff. But then they're like, what is Vastu? What do I eat it with? What is even that? So yeah, Vasta is the science, guys. First of all, it's a science. It's a science about energy in the space you live at, you work at, because the energy is everywhere. We cannot touch it, but we definitely can feel it, because like when you come to somebody's house, you either feeling like, oh, it feels so good over here, or you're like something like pressuring you, or you like just want to leave here, you don't feel comfortable. Everybody can experience also, like when they're moving house to house, place to place, they can feel that their life is changing, because the vasta of the house changing, the location changing, the shape of the house changing, windows and
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
oh, it's okay. I just said I introduced you. You have 4 kids, so
Yes,
to not see them in the camera, so they can say hi.
I apologize. Okay.
Yeah, so we decided to do this video because Mandy, she had some questions. So I'm like, why wouldn't we just record this video? Because probably lots of people also have the same or similar questions, right?
Right. I am. Well, I wanted to share my experience that I had, and my son, he was sick, and he 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 was really sick. He had a fever for was like, I think I was texting you like 10 days, and he was like home from school. He missed 10 days of school, and I was just I was just at my wit's end. I was like, I don't know what to do about this. It's just, I've done everything that, I can do. And he just wasn't getting better. He was losing weight. He wasn't eating. And that's what was concerning to me, is like the not eating, And then we have the artwork, the piece that, you recommended us that we put in.
Vedic artifact, like
Right.
Vastu artifact.
In the front door, because of the way our house was facing. And we took it down. Was it like probably 11 to like, 2 weeks prior to that, because we wanted to put up the bigger one. And then the bigger one broke while we were trying to put it up. And so we didn't have anything up, and things just seemed like I don't know, you could just feel different. It just felt different in the house. But anyway, so I wasn't even thinking anything about it not being up or whatnot. And then my mom, she went to she's like, well, let's just put the smaller one back up. I was like, okay, let's put the smaller one back up. But I was like, okay, whenever, I didn't even know that she had put it up. And Brent, like within an hour, was just no fever, running around, eating, like had more energy than all the other kids. And I just looked at my mom and I said, when did you put that up? And she said, about an hour ago. And I'm like, you should see Brent. He is hungry. He's running around. And I would never have thought that he was sick at all. And, I don't know if, some people might think, oh, that's just a coincidence. But for me, I really believe that it had something to do with, us putting that back up.
Yeah, because the guys southeast represents the youngest male in the house, so they have entrance door and we have a little cot over there. So we did lots of corrections, and one of them was this pyramid slate, which is supposed to hang on top of the doors. And yeah, and it's I always think to myself, Vaastu is like a miracle because it's just like you see it works. And then like my husband, he's pragmatic, so he's like, oh, that was a coincidence. I'm like, really? You couldn't sell this business for 2 years and suddenly I did this and that correction and you were like, you sold it? Well, it was about time. I'm like, sure, 2 years, it wasn't the time, and suddenly it's like it's sold, and for the good price and stuff. So it's definitely it's thank you for sharing this story, because I really love it. And I also, like, at the same time, like my youngest one got sick, and then I got this artifact for Northeast for my house. And then she also, like, I didn't know what to do because we usually don't do any drugs and stuff, and I did everything what I usually do, everything possible, and still it was like she was sick. And then I did this, I put this artifact on Northeast, and the same thing happened to her. Suddenly she just started, like, within like couple hours, she just no fever, I'm hungry, full of energy, she's ready to play. I'm like, what it's hard to believe when you don't experience it on yourself, because I was already about to do like anything, like I'm like, oh my god, like what do I do? You feeling like a bad mom or something.
Exactly. That's how I was like, what is going on? Why can't I get him better? Like I felt like just defeated. I'm like, because it's like every day they go without eating. It's just trying to get them back into that. Eating it's hard. So I was I called you right away. I remember I was like, I don't know, this is just really crazy. It gives me goosebumps thinking about it. It's just it's I think it's awesome.
Yeah, and the same thing, like we have our bathroom on southeast, so it represents first, like this zone, like answers for little, like, males in your house, or if you don't have any like little kids, so it will be youngest male. So for example, husband, if your dad, for example, lives with you, and so on. And then when we moved to this house, like we have this southeast bathroom downstairs. And my son also, he started having problems at his new school, where before he used to be a straight student, and then after that he started having like C's and D's, even F's. I'm like, what's going on? And some other problems, like it's unbelievable. And then how, like, you just live in your house, you don't correct it right away because you have to unpack, you have to remodel, you kind of like not even thinking that way. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to correct this bathroom. And as soon as I correct it, 2 weeks before the school started, I found a new school for him, and Selena was going there as well together. And then and I loved it. We still love it. He is again a straight student, no problems, and that's amazing how it works.
Oh, I know. I can tell a difference with doing the corrections that we have done. When I walk into my home, it feels lighter, like more comfortable, you know, like I always like thought when every time I walked into my front, like walked in the house from the front door, I felt like almost like I was getting punched or just like weighted down with something. It just felt very, very heavy. And I couldn't put my finger on it. I tried painting it different colors. I tried painting it different colors. I was like, maybe it's the paint, maybe it's the furniture. Like tried like so many different things and nothing. It was still that heavy feeling. And then you came in and showed us corrections that we could do, and it was, it just feels so much lighter. It feels great, you know.
Yeah, so you could breathe easier. Yeah, because like guys, northeast and north is like your face, your nostrils. So if it's blocked, no windows, no entrance door, it's like you have always like a running nose and it's really hard to breathe basically. It's just, yeah, no oxygen. So
yeah, and I did with the girls and the boys, their rooms, they were switched before, and then it's funny because like right before I met with you about the house, you know, when you came and looked at everything, I was thinking that, you know, I wanted to switch the rooms, you know, I didn't know why. I was like, I just want to switch them, you know. I think that would be better for the girls, and it turned out that, you know, you were right. And that's another room, like, you know, the boys' room, like I redid it like probably like 5 times while they've been in that room, and it felt just, there was something I didn't like about it, you know. It just felt I don't know, I just got an uneasy feeling. The boys didn't like it, nobody wanted to be in there. And then I switched them, and it's just, you know, I don't know, it's really hard to describe like what, you know, it feels light, it feels like bright, it feels like you just want to be in there, you know, in the girls'
like it's
room.
supposed to be, yeah, like
Yeah,
it's supposed to be like because
right.
for girls, if you have daughters or granddaughters, northeast, north, that's the best location for their bedroom. That's what Mandy's talking about. She switched, and east southeast is good for boys, so she switched to put girls to northeast and boys to east. If you have southeast bedroom, boys really good over there, but if you have like bathroom there, you know, they can sleep in the bathroom. So
Right. Yes, I just I can't say enough, you know, positive things about my experience, and I look forward to, you know, doing more, because we still have to look at my backyard and my front yard. But it's exciting, and it I just feel like I'm in such a better place once I started this journey. And that was in like the end of August we started this, and it just I just feel so much better. Like, you know, like things, yeah, I still have problems, and, you know, things still come up, but I feel like it's a lot easier for me to handle. If that, you know,
we also have to see, like, if we, for example, we're correcting everything, and if there's certain problems going on, we have to also see, like, okay, maybe that's not enough corrections there, not enough weight over there and stuff like that.
And I remember you also said, which I always try to think about, is that when you start doing those corrections, if things are, you know, like you think it might be a problem, but it might not necessarily be a problem. It is, you know, the energy, you know, showing you like a sign or something, like maybe this needs to be fixed, you know, maybe you should work on this. So instead of, you know, thinking, oh, I did these corrections and now all of these, like, it just seems like everything's more hectic, everything's more, you know, not going the way I wanted it to go. And if you just have to be in the moment and think about like what it is that's actually happening and going on around you, and it might be a sign to, you know, fix it or look into it, you know, and, you know, take it that way.
A quick sample to that, so that will be easier to understand. Like, one of my clients, her after correction, she was thinking that's it, the life's going to be beautiful right now, and suddenly her son get the big stomach ache, you know, all that like dairy, you know, all that stuff which is related to that. And then she's like, oh my god, I thought like, okay, 1 day, 2 days, but then it's 3 days, and she's like, I thought, you know, it's supposed to be better, you know, after corrections, and but he got sick right after we did like correct Southwest. And then I was like, how is your son's diet? Is it like, is he eating healthy and all that? She said, no, out of my 3 kids, actually, he's like not like the healthy eater. I'm like, well, that's a sign to you that you have to change his diet, because if you would not do Vaastu correction, it will lead to the bigger problem, which will be really hard to fix, which, you know, will end up in the hospital and stuff like that. So Vaastu sometimes, yeah, after corrections, something happening, or sometimes like the house is not really good, like no matter how many corrections you're gonna do, it's just corrections. If you will do them, the house will just let you go. There will be opportunity to buy a new house and sell this one. But if you don't do corrections, the house can also hold you and not let you go, and the life will be just, you know, with all this unnecessary problems and delays. Or for example, sometimes relationship, you know, we're holding on to some relationship which we are not happy, you know, with the spouse or boyfriend or whatever, but we cannot, like, there's no way we can do something after corrections. Actually, either relationships going the way they're supposed to be, if you're meant to be together, either there's there will be opportunity to break up and to start the new life, you know, the full life. That's how it works as well.
Yes, I remember we talked about this the last time we were together about it just, when you said relationships, it reminded me of that. If you have a bedroom and you're a couple in the north west or east or northwest, then it can cause a lot of problems, you know?
Divorce, fights, yeah, all that stuff, arguments.
Yeah, because my parents, when they came here, they were only supposed to stay temporary because they were, you know, and then COVID hit, and then it just was, you know, one thing after another, and that's where they're staying right now. And they have had a lot more I say challenges than what I'm used to ever seeing them have, like with their relationship, you know. And so I can definitely, you know, see that you know.
Yeah, so guys, northwest bedroom, no, like unfortunately there's no corrections like for bedrooms, so the relationship will go better. The only correction is just switching bedrooms. For couples, southwest is the best. Northwest will lead you to arguments, divorce and stuff. Southeast also will be lots of fire in relationship, but with a minus, with fire, which like aggression and all that, maybe some physical abuse also, that's not good. Or female will be too like always like on her period, you know, like always like something. So best is south, west. South is also could be good. Northeast is more for girls, because if couples will sleep at northeast, the relationship will be more like an older couple with no like good fire in it, you know. Yeah, there will be good friends, but that's about it. But in relationship you need something more. Alternative could be west, but northwest is really good for your guests which are visiting, because northwest, it's represent air, that's the element of this zone, and then it just moves everything fast over there, so the guests will be living faster. They're not going to be staying for a long time.
Yeah, and that's what we want. We don't want our guests to stay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And also like west zone in your house, if it's open, like windows and stuff, it's also, if you don't do correction, it might be fights and arguments at home in between like each family member. So it's very important to correct that one, because we have a window on west, but then I corrected it and I could already like feel like it's less emotions, less kind of like arguments for some reason. It's just like my husband is like, what's going on? I kind of miss it, you know. Let's just talk aloud or something.
Yes, we have I have that, you know, of all the open windows in the west as well. But I remember you told me that it was good that I have that big boulder that's right outside the window, the big rock, you know, and we had to move a lot of weight like in that corner.
Did you do a blue film by any chance on the window? Like, did you?
I did. I did the one blue film because only one of the windows was, needed the blue, and I have the blue upstairs, and I have the film in my bathroom. And I have amber. Is that the right?
Like yellow.
Yellow amber. Yeah, I have yellow, and I have like more of like a I don't know if amber is the. What other color did you say? It's in
like brownish, right?
Brownish. Yeah, it's that. Yeah, because the yellow was a little hard for me to get used to.
Yes.
I still kept it, but it's really hard to, you know, get used to seeing yourself in the yellow because it's in my bathroom, you know. But
that's,
you know,
guys, that's one of the corrections for windows. If you have windows on southwest and south, then you tint windows with a yellow film or kind of bronze, all that. But if it's on west, it's a blue color. It doesn't have to be bright blue. Yeah, it's you know how sometimes stores they have this, you don't even notice, but yeah, they have.
Yeah, and you know, I was really surprised. We did it ourselves, and I mean, it's actually like if it's a correction that really needs to be done, it's very, very affordable. You know, it wasn't.
Yeah, if you do it yourself, it is more.
Yeah, affordable. And that's the nice thing about it as well is the to get started with it and, you know, start making some of the corrections. It doesn't have to be, you know, a huge expense for you. You know, like you can get creative and, you know, you can, like you said, you know, like with the river rocks, you know, like paint them, you know, and I mean, there's just so many things that if you look around your house that you can use to like add more weight in an area, you know, like for iron, you know, like there, like you said, you know, there's so many things that we've done that, you know, we didn't have to really, you know, go out and spend like a huge amount of money on.
Yeah, there's a ways. Yeah, there's a ways how to do it step by step, you know. But then if sometimes like you need spirals, okay, and sometimes you can buy spirals, you know, because they might get expensive,
right?
Because we have to ship them from India. But overall, you can do it with all materials we have here in the United States, and there's a lot.
Yeah, I really that makes it really nice because I mean, at first, like it can be overwhelming if you have like a house like mine that needs like lots of corrections. But you know, with you coming into the house and you know, you talk about each room and you know, you gave us like a list and it made it a lot easier. It made it a lot like easier to tackle. You know, I didn't feel so overwhelmed. It's like, okay, well,
well, in the beginning, I remember like eyelashes, like, oh my God, looking at this list, like, whatever, you know.
Like, it's not that bad, you know, and what you get in return is you can't put money on that. You know, I mean, this is like your life, this is your happiness, this is, you know, I mean, why would you not want to have it as perfect as you can make it, you know?
Yeah, whatever's supposed to happen, it will happen. But if you do Vaastu corrections, for example, if you did Vaastu or if you do Jyotish, like you do meditation, it's going to be less obstacles and delays. You know, if you're going to get sick, you're not going to get cancer. It's just going to be flu, you know, some sort, you know, and stuff like that. So if it's going to be a court case, you're not going to lose money over there. For example, if you meant to like lose it, kind of, there's cases like that. I had one like that. But I did my Vaastu and I did my upayas, like meditation and all that for many years, a special one. So that's guys how it works. It's you can think it's magic, but it's magic until you don't know how it works. That's why I'm trying to open this online Vaastu school in English, because there's no such information here in the United States.
There's
And
not.
more people will know about it, the better the world will be, you know, less obstacles, less delays, more happy people, right?
Right. I know. That's what we need.
So yeah. So maybe in 2023, I'll I'll put everything together. Lots of work.
Well, I'll be one of your first students.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Mandy, for your conversation and for sharing your experience. I bet people that would be interesting for them to hear actually what is even that, you know. So
I'm really grateful, and I'm so happy that to have you as my friend and someone that has educated me, and I look forward to learning a lot more from you, and I really appreciate everything that you've
thank you
done.
so much. I appreciate you. Well, have a wonderful days, guys. I'm gonna be posting this on YouTube and on Vaastu group as well. Stay tuned. Thank you, Mandy. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye. Shanti.